This is a farm in the Eastern Highlands of the Republic of South Africa. It belongs to my godparents, Vashik and Vera Valenta, who immigrated here from Czechoslovakia in 1948. I am a white South African, and I spent a great part of my childhood on this farm. Since 1977, I've lived in Los Angeles. People often ask me about South Africa, and I try to answer. Yes, it's true, whites are a minority. It's also true blacks can't vote, move freely about, or own land. No, it's not true that you can buy blacks as slaves. Some things seem too bizarre to understand, others too familiar for them to accept. So I came back, not to make a film about all of South Africa, but just of the people on the farm, whom I know and who know me. The man walking towards us is Aaron, the farm's foreman. He started with my godfather in the early 60s as a worker, and now pretty much runs the farm on a day-to-day basis. He's preparing to feed the pigs. This is winter, so they get the potatoes which aren't good enough for market. My godfather is always starting something new on the farm. Trout hatcheries, pine plantations, clay mining, a school. He's even been mayor of the nearest town, Belfast. He built this kiln on the farm to refine the clay from the mine. First thing, each day, he inspects the various activities and returns to the farmhouse at 7 o'clock for his morning coffee.
Dank u. Yeah, Paul. Time changed. It's not as it used to be 30 years ago. Yeah? But I still think that it's great, and it's not getting worse, it's getting better. You know, when I came here about, 30 years ago, 32 years ago today, yeah? At that time the blacks were working on a completely different condition than they work now. We were paying them really ridiculously small amounts of money. Today, it's around the hour, possibly even more than around the hour. They used to have a guitar and bicycle as their targets, and today it's hi-fi, and TV, and motor car, I don't know, so times go.
Ons kan met die wetmense klaar kry. As ons net kan ewe lagte sosiaal kry, dat ons kan almal lewe. Want ons kan nie by ons lande toe gaan, daar kan ons nie ploeg nie. Daar het ons nie weiplekke vir die beeste.
When Aaron speaks about our lands, he's referring to what are officially called homelands. Basically, it's a plan to make sure that the blacks can never get the vote. The government set aside about 1/8 of the land area of South Africa and then divided it up into sections, each of which was declared to be the tribal homeland of one of the various black nations of South Africa. Starting with one called the Transkei, these homelands are being declared independent of white South Africa. Eventually, like it or not, all South African blacks are to be made citizens of these manufactured countries. If they happen to be living in a white area, which the majority of blacks do, they'll be considered visitors without citizens' rights, including the right to vote.